Imagine this situation. You have given a great self introduction, you explained your projects confidently, you handled follow up questions well, and then suddenly, can you explain polymorphism? What's the difference between inner join and left join? How does indexing improve SQL performance? And your mind goes completely blank. If this has happened to you, or you are scared it might happen in your interview, this video is for you. Most students think interviews are about answering every question correctly. That is completely wrong. Let me tell you a secret. Even selected candidates don't answer every technical question. What matters is how you handle questions you don't know. When an interviewer asks a difficult technical question, they are checking much more than knowledge. They want to see how you think, how you communicate, whether you panic, whether you are honest, and whether you can learn. Sometimes your reaction is more important than your answer. Here's the mistake that immediately creates a negative impression. Bluffing. The interviewer asks something, you don't know the answer, but you start speaking random things, hoping something sounds correct. Experienced interviewers identify this within seconds. And once they feel you are bluffing, trust becomes difficult to rebuild. Instead of bluffing, use this framework. First of all, acknowledge honestly, and then share what you know. And finally, apply logical thinking. For example, you can say as I haven't worked deeply with that concept yet. However, based on my understanding, this is how I can think it works. Notice something. You are honest, but you are still demonstrating technical thinking. Let's say the interviewer asks, what is database sharding? And the answer for this you might don't know. You would answer like, I think it is some type of indexing maybe related to optimization like that. Instead, you can answer as, I haven't worked directly with the database sharding yet. But from the term, it sounds like a technical related to dividing data across multiple systems. I am not completely sure, but that's how I would interpret it. This answer shows honesty and reasoning. Now let's take one more situation. What to do if you know only part of the answer? This is very common. Sometimes you know 50% of the concept. In that case, start with what you know confidently. For example, I may not remember the complete definition, but I know indexing is used to improve query performance by reducing search time. Now you are demonstrating knowledge without pretending to know everything. Top candidates often do nothing interesting. They think out loud. Suppose the interviewer asks a logic-based technical question. Instead of remaining silent, explain your reasoning. For example, my first thought would be to optimize the database query. Then I would check indexing. After that, I would analyze execution time. Even if the final answer isn't perfect, the interviewer can see your problem-solving approach. Many students underestimate communication. Two candidates may have similar technical knowledge, but the candidate who explains clearly usually creates a strong impression. Focus on clarity, structure, and confidence, not just memorization. Here's another important point. Write down every question you couldn't answer. After the interview, study those concepts, because the same questions often appear in the future interviews. Every interview becomes preparation for the next one. Remember, you do not need to know everything. You do not need to answer every question perfectly. But you should stay calm, be honest, think logically, communicate clearly, and never bluff. Because interviewers hire people who can learn, not people who memorize answers. If you have ever been stuck on a technical question during an interview, comment technical below and tell me the question that surprised you the most. If you are preparing for placements, make sure to follow this interview preparation series, because in the next episode we will discuss the most commonly asked HR questions and how to answer them professionally. So that's it for today. Thank you guys.